Story time with Rocket.
There's a Monster Under My Bed by Lee Robinson. I think there's something under the bed, thought Billy. In fact, he was sure he heard a hungry belly grumble, grumble. Billy pulled his duvet tightly over his head, but the grumbling got even louder. Eventually, he decided to take a look. Very slowly, he peered down underneath the bed. Wah! It's a monster! As quick as a flash, Billy raced out of his bedroom, down the stairs, and hid in a cupboard. Shh! Billy listened as he heard footsteps coming towards the door. Thump, 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 thump. Please don't eat me, he cried as the cupboard door opened. A big, red, friendly face stared at him in surprise. Eat you? Said the monster, sticking out his long, slimy tongue. Ugh. I'm sure you taste horrible. Do you have something nicer to eat? I'm starving. There are some cookies in the cookie jar, replied Billy. I suppose you can have one. As Billy carefully opened the jar of tasty cookies, the naughty monster found the fridge full of fresh food behind him. Oh, what delicious, tasty treats, cried the monster as he stuffed his face with cream buns and caramel cheesecake. Munch, gobble, slurp. Food and drink flew all over the room as the monster feasted. What's going on in here? Said Billy's mum, standing in the doorway. Billy spun around, still holding the cookie jar. Sloppy food dripped down the cupboards and walls. The monster was nowhere to be seen. It wasn't me, Mum, said Billy. It was a monster. I see, said Mum, rolling her eyes. Well, perhaps you should take him upstairs while I sort out this mess. In the living room, the monster was jumping on the sofa. That was a great feast, he said with a huge grin. Now let's have some fun. The monster leapt off the sofa and bounced all around the room. Boing, boing, sending a neat pile of freshly clean clothes flying through the air and onto the floor. Oh no, cried Billy as the living room door swung open suddenly. Billy's mum stared around the room, looking quite shocked. What a mess, said Billy's mum. The monster had disappeared again. I want this room tidied up before breakfast. She rolled her eyes again and closed the door behind her. Billy was getting fed up. You keep getting me in trouble, he said crossly, as the monster crawled out from his hiding place. The monster looked around the room at all of the mess. Sorry, Billy, said the monster, feeling a little embarrassed. I just wanted to have some fun. What can I do to make it better? Why don't you help me tidy this room? Asked Billy. It's in quite a mess. It'll be done in no time, said the monster, whizzing around the room at top speed. Whoosh! Billy watched, amazed, as the monster twirled and spun, flinging toys and clothes back into their places once more. It's quite handy having a monster around after all, thought Billy to himself. When the room was tidy again, Billy sat down for breakfast. Don't forget a plate for the monster, he said. Mum winked and dished up an extra helping, just in case. The end.